Ladies and gentlemen, I want to begin this video by asking you guys some three very important questions about Julius Malema's visit to Kenya. Question number one. What was Julius Malema's mission, the real mission in Kenya? Because from all indications, Julius Malema had some bones to chew with William Samoei Arap Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya. Was William Ruto's attack part of his mission? So that's the first question. The second question that I wanted to ask about Malema's visit to the country is who invited him to Kenya? What we know is that Julius Malema came for the Pan-Africanist Institute. And PLO Lumumba is behind that Pan-Africanist Institute. And the other fact we know about PLO is that he's normally a government apologist. Is it possible that PLO is also trying to run away from Kenya Kwanza government? So that's the second question. The third question that I really wanted to ask is, was the government aware about Julius Malema's visit? Because I'm 100% sure if the government was involved in his visit, probably would have arrived at JKA and would have been driven either to visit State House, visit Rigiji, or maybe just to have some one-on-one with the Minister for Foreign Affairs, or even Musalia Mudavadi. Was the government aware? So those are some of the very three important questions that we need to ask about Julius Malema's visit. And yesterday, and the day before yesterday, Julius Malema really attacked William Ruto.
I don't know if President William Ruto means it, because he said so many things and I can't locate him these days, because the things he said during election and the things he's doing now are two different things. That person is our sister, that person is our mother, that person is our father, because we are not free until the whole world is free from imperialism and colonialism. I don't know if you'll regret inviting me after this. But my problem is that I tell my truth as is. And I say it to authorities without fear or favor. Till today, no one has ever sued me legally successful. Till today, no one has imprisoned me, because you can't imprison or sue the truth. The truth will always prevail. Comrades, we must make sure that as we live here, our sympathy is with the oppressed people. Look at Cuba. Tell President Ruto that the people of Palestine are what Mau Mau was. Tell President Ruto that the people of South Africa are what Palestinian people are today. Where our land get encroached, where our land just get taken, and we get killed on our own land, we get tortured on our own land, we get imprisoned on our own land.
And just like it was expected, the government was going to respond to Julius Malema. And today, the truthful man, Rigathi Gachagua, responded to Julius Malema. And in this video, I want us to do a critical analysis about the response by Rigathi Gachagua to Julius Malema. Listen into Rigathi Gachagua briefly before we proceed.
Nimeona hata mtu mwingine ametoka South Africa, hajui Kenya, ameingia tu asubuhi, ameanza kusema mambo ya Kenya. Tungetaka kuambia wageni, wakitembea waheshimu viongozi wa ile nchi wametembea. Sisi tumetembea nchi za ngambo na tunaenda tunakaa, hatuwezi kumtusi rais wa nchi ya ngambo. Hatuwezi ingilia siasa ya huko. Huyu amekuja ni mjuaji, amefika asubuhi. Saa 8 mambo ya Kenya anajua hata kuliko sisi. Simulimusikia yeye. Na pale kwao nilikuwa hapo December. Rationing ya stima ni 7 hours. Na sisi hatuongei kwa sababu tunaheshimu hawa. Sasa yeye amefika hapa ni mjuaji. Mambo ya Kenya, rais, sijui nini. Sisi tungetaka kuomba viongozi kutoka nchi jirani, mkitembea hapa Kenya, mkuje hapa pwani, muingie kwa bahari, mfanye sunbathing, muogelee kama mnataka, mkule samaki, mkitoka hapo muende Masai Mara, muende muone wanyama, alafu muingie ndege mfanye nini? Mrudi kwenu. Mambo ya hapa mtuachie. Kwa sababu hata sisi tukija kwenu, mambo yenu hatufanyi nini? Yeah. Kwa sababu kama hapa unasema ni mbaya, unakuja kufanya nini? Si mimi nimekuja hapa Kilifi, naweza sema ni mbaya? Kama ningesema hapa ni mbaya, nimekuja kufanya nini? Tungetaka kuomba viongozi pia. Mimi siku tuliapishwa pale na Rais Kasarani Bishop, niliongea nikasema pahali tumekuta Kenya, tumekuta ikiwa kwa shimo. Kwa store hata panya hakuna, kwa sababu hakuna kitu ya kukula. Watu wakanikemea, hii mtu ni mjeuri, mbona anaongea kukiwa na wageni? Lakini mimi niliongea ukweli.
Now that's the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua responding to Julius Malema. And in this video, I want us to do a critical analysis about that response. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. And by the way, I went to Seme and the burial was okay. And at least I met 2 subscribers around there. Ladies and gentlemen, what is your take on Rigathi Gachagua's response to Julius Malema? Was it really necessary? In my view, the response by Rigathi Gachagua is informed by the following factors. Number one, I'm 100% sure that the government of Kenya are likely to write a protest letter to their counterpart in South Africa. And in that letter, they're likely to accuse Julius Malema of meddling with Kenyans' international affairs. And that's why Rigathi Gachagua made that reference. And indeed, if you paid very close attention to Julius Malema yesterday, he alluded to it that for him, he doesn't care because he was addressing Kenyans, and because he's an African, he had all the rights to talk about Kenya. And the truth is, next time Julius Malema will be coming into the country, will he be given visa? So I think the strategy here is to create a conducive environment to deny Julius Malema visa next time he plans to come into the country. Because with the operations of the Pan-Africanist Institute and the way Malema spoke yesterday, it is clear that he's going to own it, which means he would be traveling to Kenya a lot. I'm 100% sure next time his visa will have problems. And that's why he even said he will try to sneak into the country to see whether he will be allowed in. So that's number one. Number two, if you ask me, Julius Malema, in my view, attacked Ruto. And Rigathi Gachagua saw an opportunity to defend Ruto. And by doing that, he's actually trying to prove loyalty to Ruto. Because Malema attacked Ruto's credentials as far as his Pan-Africa is concerned. You see, when William Ruto took over office, he embarked on creating an international image. Before Kenyans knew, William Ruto was now the face of Africa. At some point, Joe Biden had to single the name of William Ruto during a meeting in at the UN meeting. Joe Biden. At some point, Joe Biden, the President of the United States of America, singled out the name of William Samoei Ruto during one of the UN meetings. That was a clear endorsement of William Samoei Ruto. Then you now have Julius Malema coming into the country to question the credentials of William Ruto. That is what Rigathi Gachagua is actually trying to deal with, and is beating two birds with one stone, trying to defend the credentials of William Ruto, at the same time trying to win the loyalty of the president. That's number two. Number three, in my view, you see, Kenya Kwanza took government after promising Kenyans heaven. But from all indications, Kenya Kwanza government is delivering Kenyans to hell. So which means each and every promise Kenya Kwanza made to Kenyans, none of them has been fulfilled. And this is what Malema was trying to tell or to remind Kenyans. And Rigathi Gachagua being part of that government, there is no way they can accept those failures. For example, William Ruto promised Kenyans that immediately he takes over, he will ensure that 4 million jobs were going to be created in the first year. I'm 100% sure that as we speak, more Kenyans have actually lost jobs because businesses are closing down because of Kenya Kwanza policies. There are several other things William Ruto promised to do to Kenyans. He has not achieved any of those promises. And that's why Malema questioned him. So Rigathi Gachagua being part of that government would not allow a foreigner to come and remind Kenyans that their president promised them several things which he has not really achieved. Number four, in my view, I think the biggest fear which these guys are now going to deal with is what is called the Malema effect. Is there anybody in this world, or Africa for that matter, who doesn't know Julius Malema? Julius Malema was the first, or amongst the first leaders, to endorse William Ruto's presidency. And in my video yesterday, I explained that probably Julius Malema fell victim of Kenya Kwanza's charm offensive mission, where they used lobbies to convince leaders to endorse William Ruto's government. But because Julius Malema enjoys massive support of the youths across the world, it means the moment he started poking holes on William Ruto's credentials is going to have an effect on William Ruto's image at the international level. Because tomorrow, a president, let's say Biden, will speak good of William Ruto, then you'll not be surprised to find Malema sitting somewhere in South Africa calling for a press conference to really dismantle William Ruto. So for me, Malema effect is what Rigathi Gachagua is trying to deal with, by reminding him that even in South Africa, they have power rationing. The truth of the matter is that Malema has been talking against all those things, bad things in South Africa. Number five, I think Kenya Kwanza government are definitely going to deal with the Ruto's international image, which is going to be really affected by the statement or the speech by Julius Malema. And that can explain why Rigathi came out to defend it, to defend William Ruto's image. And importantly, I also tend to think that Malema is on a mission, and the government is not aware of that mission. And for the government to be aware, Rigathi Gachagua has to address Malema the way he did. And probably they'll be able now to gather the response using the intelligence. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.